God, when are you gonna send me a husband?
I want to hand in my independent card. I am not an independent woman.
I don't want to be a strong, independent woman no more.
I need extreme reciprocation. I feel like if you're not healthily obsessed with me from the start, I just lose interest.
Apparently, modern women seems to be tired of being a normal, functioning adult.
I fear I am no longer an independent woman.
Am I good at being independent? Yes. Do I want to be? No.
Like, I would just like for once to find someone that I could finally let down my guard fully.
This is why prioritization is important. If you wanted a man, should have done so earlier on. Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it is our sole form of support. Thank you.
I'm all for women being independent, but sometimes I don't want to be.
You hate the job that pays your bills, and you love the man that doesn't.
You know how badly I want to just like give up some of my independence to a man to like lead me in life, but at the same time I'm like, I can't trust that. Like, I have to be able to support myself and make ends meet on my own, because one day you might just be like, I don't want to be with you anymore. Have fun. Bye. What?
Truth of the matter is that, am I good at being independent? Yes. Do I want to be? No. I just think of all the times that I'm like building furniture and providing for myself and doing all of this, and like, that's great. I love it. She's capable. She can. She's willing, and she can. But do I want to? No. I don't want to open any more doors on my own. I don't want to hang any more TVs on my own. Can I? Yes, and I will if I must. But do I want to? I want a tall, handsome man to open my doors for me. I want a handsome man to hang my TVs. I want a handsome man to help me with my taxes, because I am barely hanging on trying to do this whole independence by myself as a woman. I can't.
Basically, she's come to realize that the independent lifestyle wasn't all that great, and now she needs help. She's been doing everything on her own, handling all the responsibilities and carrying the weight of her life without anyone to lean on. Now, all of a sudden, she finds herself needing a man. Unfortunately, many modern women will be heading down that same road, the road where they get tired of pretending to be strong and independent, only to realize they've been lying to themselves for so long. In this woman's case, she's been the man in her own life for so long that it's left her drained and overwhelmed. She's been putting on a tough exterior, but deep down, she's tired of carrying it all alone. Now, she's looking for a hero to come and save the day, someone to bring her the balance, protection, and support she's been missing. It all ends the same.
All I want to know is, where are the damn Bridgerton men at? Where are they at? The looks, the chivalry, the riz, where it at? Like, I need it. Like, let me know if you're a Bridgerton man, if you resemble one, if you act like one, if you... Hit me up.
All I want to know is, where are the blue collar men when they're not at work? Because they're rarely at the bar, they're not on Hinge. Like, I can't find them anywhere. Sometimes at Buffalo Chip, but that's about it.
They're either on their way to work and they've stopped at a convenience store, or they are just chilling at home, enjoying their peace. Also, maybe resting in bed because his entire body hurts.
I don't even think these good men have time for the bar. They're too focused on their own goals, their work, or their personal growth to waste time in places that don't align with their values. But I know some of them are actively trying to avoid many of these modern women, and it's not out of malice. It's because they've grown tired of the games, the entitlement, and the lack of genuine connection. And for the women who keep asking for them, they're not going to reveal their location. Because if they do, they would have to find a new location without any distractions.
Hi, quick PSA. Anything that has to do with being a strong woman, anything that has to do with being a strong Black woman, please count me out of it. I'm not interested. Please, please, anything with concern strong woman. I beg, remove them for me. Change them for me, please. Please, thank you.
You know, because women can make their own money now. As of the
Right.
early 1970s, we can have our own credit card without a husband signing off on it. That's not that long ago.
Yeah, it's really not.
We can, you know, pursue education, and women now are very capable.
1000%.
Right?
yeah.
Like everyone can take care of themselves now, right? 99% of people don't need someone to do something for them. I think where the value is in romantic relationships is the masculine feminine dynamic, the polarity.
Women can absolutely do everything they want, but if women truly don't need relationships anymore, then why do they still expect a man to spend his money when they're already making their own? Why do they want men to take care of them when they've shown they can do it on their own? They say they can buy themselves flowers, but they don't, because deep down they want it to come from a man. Doesn't that sound crazy? Women who claim not needing a relationship, but still expects a man to step up, spend on her, and take care of her as if she does. It's a contradiction that doesn't make sense. If independence is so fulfilling, why is there still an expectation for men to play the traditional provider role?
Make it make sense. You want a strong, confident, smart, independent woman until you get a strong, confident, smart, and independent woman.
This is actually extremely simple to explain. It's because the majority, not all, but the majority of women that consider themselves, strong, confident, smart, independent women that don't need no man are actually typically just women that are attempting to portray masculine traits that they don't naturally have, so they overcompensate by just being a fucking annoying bitch.
Independent women is just women who are adults. Never heard guys say they want a strong, independent woman. Never. Those sorts of women make their independence their entire personality, and they view every man as some sort of competition and constantly try to one-up him. It's annoying. Stop it. I would prefer a woman who's affectionate, faithful, and appreciative. Give me that, and I'll treat you like a queen and give you the easy life.
Not my usual content, but they say you should be more personal on these things. So I'm just letting you guys know, as often as I talk about how powerful women are, how independent, strong, I don't want to be a powerful, independent woman. I don't want to try to fix my own refrigerator or try to figure out if maybe the plug is busted and flip breakers outside. I should be upstairs doing a live, reading questions about if your exes are coming back. This is prior to being an independent woman.
Well, I wish you luck, madam, because no man is coming to your rescue. In your current situation, you just have to man up and handle it yourself. This is the reality for many women who claim they don't need men until they hit a wall and realize they can't do it all on their own. Why is it that so many women seem to come to this realization only when it's too late? Why do they always yearn for help from men after they've spent years rejecting them, pushing them away, or dismissing their value? If only some of these women had recognized the importance of men earlier, they wouldn't find themselves in such a predicament. Men are not just there to be used when it's convenient. They bring real value to relationships and life. The bigger tragedy is that this cycle keeps repeating. More and more women are falling into the same trap, believing the narrative that they don't need men, only to discover too late that independence can be isolating.
Now you see average women getting delusional. Not only do they want their husbands to take care of all the bills, they also want them to do chores, watch the kids. They just want them to do everything. Basically, the modern wife wants men to slave away for her because she is so awesome and amazing and so special. And then they make up these words like feminine goodness, and you can never measure them or really define them, but women have them, right? That's what they say.
I'm a very independent woman, but I kind of want a boyfriend. I really value my alone time, but then there's other times where I kind of want to go on dates and hang out and watch movies together. But like having the responsibility to text them every morning and like update them throughout your day isn't really screaming at me that I want to do that. Like I have so many other priorities and it's very confusing. So like, do I want a boyfriend? I think the idea of having one would be nice, but they need to understand that I value my alone time. I'm not really sure if that makes any sense, but it's kind of just like an accessory.
It sounds to me like you should stay away from a good man. Very independent women often struggle to respect their man because they're so used to doing everything on their own and making all the decisions without input. They tend to be very hard to deal with, as they don't feel the need to compromise on certain things, and that makes building a healthy, balanced relationship nearly impossible.
This video is for my strong women, us women who have had to be strong our entire lives. Relentlessly strong for everything, for everyone. Is it just me or is it fucking exhausting? I would just like, for once, to find someone that I could finally let down my guard fully and get to be taken care of and pampered. And I see girls online who have these fantastic guys that do all this stuff for them, and I'm so jealous. But every time I think I found someone, my guard is still up just a little bit, thinking that other shoe's gonna drop. And I'm gonna have to be strong again, eventually. It's exhausting. I'm so tired of always having to be strong. I don't want to be anymore. I want to be taken care of. I want to be soft and vulnerable. But I don't think I'll ever get that chance. Just me.
I'm gonna say something controversial. That's it. Let's stop putting this independent woman thing into every woman. Especially black women, because it is tearing down our relationships. Because we are basically saying that we don't need anybody in our lives and we always have ourselves. So why would anybody get in a relationship with somebody that doesn't need anybody? So if you constantly say that you don't need nobody in your life, nobody is going to come because they're going to think you have it all sorted out already. So you're not going to have anybody, which is a very unfulfilling lifestyle because you're going to be unhappy if you don't have any companionship, love, empathy, relationships, intimate relationships. Money and career cannot solve everything. Telling you that much. Not telling you marriage and kids will. But we depend on people sometime in our life, okay? So this independent narrative, and especially putting on black women, is making us seem very uncompatible with anybody. And there's very much beautiful, intelligent people that can be in relationships. So stop pushing this narrative. Women, we are not independent. We are self-sustaining. Teach your daughters to be self-sustaining.
Even that being said, these independent women don't understand the bigger picture. Their sole focus is on trying to prove to men that they don't need them, as if independence is a competition. What they don't realize is that in the process of constantly pushing men away, they're only hurting themselves. Their actions create a wall that not only keeps men at a distance, but also isolates them emotionally. Many of these women are unknowingly setting themselves on a path to loneliness. They believe they're empowered by their independence, but what they don't realize is that true strength comes from building meaningful connections, not from rejecting them. Independence is valuable, but it doesn't replace the need for companionship. Over time, the facade of not needing anyone becomes harder to maintain, especially when the natural desire for partnership starts to surface. That's when regret and loneliness crawls in.
Listen, y'all are supposed to protect us.
Protect who? Not us. Y'all say y'all strong independent, so y'all don't need a man. So you might as well keep that same energy. So, respectfully decline. So, you on your own.
I agree.
Men do not know how lucky they are when a girl actually likes them.
Something tells me that men are about to be told why that is.
Like, do you know how many unanswered texts I have in my phone?
No, but I'm sure that one is going to try to make that relevant somehow.
From men who I take literal days, if not weeks, to respond to.
I kind of have to wonder about the quality of men that one is so obviously just stringing along what seems for entertainment purposes. What exactly is the benefit to them waiting around for someone who obviously doesn't care enough about them to text them back?
Do you know that the fact I'm responding to you the same business day is a privilege?
A privilege, is it? It's definitely not the word that I would choose.
I don't think they do. I don't think they know.
Well, they definitely know now what a privilege it is to be on someone's roster who only responds to them when they get bored or lonely enough. I wonder, does the same apply to men that keep rosters of women? Or is that somehow different?
My ex treated me this way. She kept saying she had other options, but choose me. While I had no options, so I should be happy. So glad she's gone. I don't have time for games. If she responds in a good time, good. If not, I move on. I don't waste my time playing games. My ex would always brag about this and why I am so lucky to have her. Point being, she's an ex. This is the same woman who's complaining about not being able to find a partner on Hinge, by the way. So, after struggling on the apps, she gets off them and tries to find someone in the real world. The funny thing is, she really believes she's doing men a favor by responding to their messages. How laughable. She acts like just showing a little bit of attention is some rare gift that men should be grateful for. The truth is, women like this put themselves on a pedestal, thinking they deserve to be treated like royalty while offering very little in return. Look at her personality. It's a turn-off. She might come off as cold, condescending, or even downright rude. When someone has that "I'm too good for you" attitude, it shows in every interaction. Men are not looking for someone who treats them like they're beneath her, or like she's doing them a huge favor by simply acknowledging them. It's no wonder she's single.
Okay, I just want to go on record and say, I feel like millennial women got set up. Growing up, we were fed all of this propaganda about being independent. We got Neo's Miss Independent. We got Destiny's Child, all my ladies who independent. Throw your hands up at me, Webby, INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means? We were fed all of this propaganda about being independent. And you know what? Baby, I'm tired, okay? Where is Miss I need someone to help me carry my boxes? Where is Miss It snowed this weekend and I don't want to shovel? Now, yes, I am Miss Independent, but I would like to be retired. Who would like to retire me to be Miss Have a Man Help Her?